everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Alex and today I am bringing you a very ambitious May TBR. Now you guys know that my TBRs in general are pretty ambitious, but this one I do actually have a lot going on in the month of May. Usually when I do my TBR videos, I just have a set of books that I want to read and I have to read them in the month. But this time around, I do have some time constraints. I have a couple different readathons that I'm going to be participating in throughout the month of May, and I'm also going to be participating in the bingo challenge with the Weeby Book and Book Club, which is all month long, but in general, it's just going to be a lot, so hold on for the ride. Before we get into the video, if you're new here and you're not already, be sure to go down and hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon down below so that you never miss out on any of my content. And without further ado, let's get started. So first, just really quick, I will tell you about the different challenges that I'm going to be doing for the month of May. So first, I'm going to be participating in the bingo challenge for the Weeby Book and Book Club, and I essentially have a bingo board. We've been given 50 different prompts that we can use for a bingo board. You only use 25, and you just put them all on a board, try to read enough prompts to get them all matched. So I'm not gonna go through and name all 25 prompts that are gonna be on my board and which specific ones I'm gonna try to hit to get a bingo, but I will just tell you guys a couple of the books that I'm planning to pick up throughout the month to fit for a couple of those challenges. So the first one I am planning to pick up is Beach Read by Emily Henry. This is one that I got in my April box for Book of the Month. This is one that I have heard some mixed reviews about so far, and to be honest, I'm going into this cautiously optimistic. If you know anything about me and my channel, I have read 2 books from Emily Henry before. I've read The Loveless Split the World and A Million Junes, and I really didn't like either of them. But I told myself that was going to be the end of me for Emily Henry, but this one is completely different. This is an adult romance, whereas the other 2 were young adult, kind of magical realism, speculative fiction. So I'm hoping that this different genre will be better for me, but after this, if I still didn't enjoy this, it's going to be the last thing that I read from Emily Henry. So I don't know too much about this book. What I do know is that our 2 main characters are authors, and they write 2 different genres, and they kind of don't like the other person's genre, but they challenge each other to write the other person's genre throughout the summer, and I guess they get to know each other better that way. It sounds like it's going to be a cute, fun, summery read. I hope that it is, and that it's quick to fly through. I really want to like this because I don't want to give up on Emily Henry, but I've heard mixed reviews, so we'll just have to see how it goes. I am also going to be trying to pick up The Paris Hours by Alex George this month. This is another one that I got from Book of the Month, and this is one that I have not heard anything about really so far. Again, don't know too much about this one. It is historical fiction. Obviously, it is set in Paris. I'm going to be hopefully using this one in the bingo challenge as well, but we'll see how it goes. This one is relatively short, actually. It is not even 250 pages long, or right at 250 pages. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited for this, and hopefully something good will come of it. Now, like I said, I am not going to be telling you every single book and every single prompt that I'm going to try to fit and going into really in-depth detail about them, but just to kind of give you a sampling of some of the other things I'm going to be trying to read. I want to try to get to The Young Elites by Marie Lu, The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson, and My Lady Jane by the Lady Janies. So that challenge is going to be going on all throughout the month, and then I do also have 2 other readathons that I'm going to be trying to participate in, so I'm hoping that some of the books from my bingo challenge will be able to overlap with some of the books from these other 2 readathons. So the first readathon that I have going for the month is the Listen Up audiobook readathon, and this is going to run from May 1st through the 16th. And I'm also going to be participating in the Read-A-Rama, which is going to run from May 17th to 23rd. Now, I am filming this TBR video quite a bit in advance because honestly, I just can't wait to pick from my TBR jar here in a second, but I don't have every single prompt set for those 2 readathons yet. So I will let you know that in my mid-May wrap-up, the vast majority of the things that I will have consumed will be audio. And again, for the Read-A-Rama, I don't have my exact TBR nailed down yet, but the prompts all have to do with color. So it's all the different colors of the rainbow, either in a book title or on a book cover. So again, hopefully I can fit some of the bingo challenges in with Read-A-Rama. So now that we have been very vague about what I'm going to be reading in the month of May, I am going to get into a few more specifics, books that I absolutely know that I'm going to be reading throughout the month. So first, I will of course tell you about Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. This is the 5th book in the Harry Potter series, reading it in May. This is giant. I feel like I could kill a man with this. I didn't remember exactly how thick this book was, but it is like 900 pages or something. 870 pages is how much my copy is. So I'm very, very scared of this. I think it's gonna be really good, but honestly, I remember hardly nothing about the plot. I don't remember anything about what goes on in here, so it's just going to be an adventure all around. I'm excited. I'm a little scared, but it's okay. This is definitely gonna be one that's gonna take me the entire month to get through. Then I wanna talk about a couple of arcs that I'm going to be reading throughout the month. So the first one I'm going to talk to you about is especially exciting for me because this is the first physical arc that I have ever received, and that is Vagrant Summer by David S. McCrae. I was actually sent this book by the author and publisher, so thank you guys so much for sending me a copy of this. It releases in June of 2020. I believe it comes out on June 20th, so I would like to read it in the month of May. Now this book is a young adult dystopian that takes place in the middle of this revolution. They are a couple months in, and now they are at a stalemate. And we meet our two main characters, Dartmouth and Micah, and they come together in the midst of the revolution and help each other out. Chaos ensues, I'm sure. I'm very interested and intrigued to get into this one. And thank you so much to the author and editor for sending this my way. You guys will definitely get my thoughts by the end of May. And then I have 2 e-arcs from NetGalley that I'm going to be reading throughout the month of May. So the first one is Breath Like Water by Anna Garzab. I meant to read this one in April and did not wind up getting around to it, but it doesn't publish until May 19th, so I'm definitely going to be reading this one in the first half of the month. I already talked about this book in my April TBR video, so I'm going to give you a very, very brief synopsis here, but it follows our main character, Susanna, who is passionate about swimming, was really, really good at it. Something kind of got in her way, hindered her career, and then she meets this other swimmer named Harry. They meet, they hit it off, I'm sure they fall in love, and it's going to be cute and adorable, but I need to read this one in the beginning of May. And a new arc that I just received on NetGalley was called How the Penguins Saved Veronica by Hazel Pryor. So this one follows our main character, Veronica, who is 85 years old, and she is estranged from her family, so she is trying to find a worthy cause to donate her fortune to after she passes away. And she winds up watching this documentary on penguins in Antarctica, and she decides that's where she wants the money to go, so she gets in contact with these scientists that are in Antarctica. She says she's gonna come down there and visit them, and she's not gonna take no for an answer. So she winds up going down to Antarctica and convincing these scientists to adopt this orphaned baby penguin. And Veronica's grandson, Patrick, actually winds up coming to Antarctica as well to try to form a relationship with his estranged grandmother. And it is, I guess, just gonna wind up being a really fun and cute and heartfelt story about family and learning to forgive, and it just sounds like it's gonna be adorable. I'm so ready for this one. It comes out on June 16th, so again, definitely gonna be reading this one in the month of May. And now the moment that I have particularly been waiting for, pulling from my TBR jars. So if you guys are not familiar with this process, I do have it 2 different jars. So the first one is a series jar where I pick a series that I'm in the middle of. I either have to just read the next book in the series or reread the book that I'm already on and then continue on with the second book, depending on how I feel. I'm hoping again that these I can put into that bingo challenge, so we'll just have to see. And then the second jar that I pick from is going to be a genre. So I'll pick one specific genre out of the jar that I don't particularly read that often, and I have to read 3 books from that genre, once again, hoping that I can fit it into bingo, but you know, you guys will find out for sure at the end of the month. So we're gonna draw from series first, so we'll either have 1 or 2 new books to read out of here by the time that we're done. I'm hoping that I'm not gonna have to reread as every month, but we'll see. All right, and I've pulled Karvall by Stephanie Garber. Now for Karvall, I am ready for the 3rd book finale, but I do not remember a ton about the rest of the series. I really don't want to reread them because that would be an entire trilogy that I have to read in the month of May. So I'm hoping that if I just read a detailed synopsis of the first 2 books that it will be sufficient. But if you have not heard of this series, I don't even want to go a ton into the plot because I think it's interesting to just let the plot kind of play out. But this almost to me feels like a YA version of the Night Circus. So if you like the Night Circus, that's kind of the vibe that we're in here. So I guess I'm apparently going to be finishing up the trilogy this month. And then here are my genres. So I'm going to just go ahead and pick one from here. The only thing is that if I pick nonfiction, I am going to draw again because nonfiction was my pick for April. So we'll see. I really want anything except adult fantasy, high fantasy. All right, let's see. Oh, adult romance, that I can handle. We can actually do a double dip here because Beach Read would count as an adult romance, so that's the first one we're gonna go with. The second one that I'm gonna be picking up for adult romance is Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. I am a huge Colleen Hoover fan, and I have not gotten to read this one yet, but it sounds really intriguing. Again, don't know a ton about this one, but it is about a woman and her 16-year-old daughter. They don't have the best relationship, so throughout the course of the novel, they are trying to fix their relationship, but we also do get to see romances between the mother and her romance and the daughter and her romance. So I think that this is technically classified as adult, so that's what we're gonna go with, but it sounds really interesting. I love everything Colleen Hoover does, so hopefully this is gonna be a 5 out of 5. I'm really praying. And I think the last adult romance that I'm gonna pick up is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. Now, this book follows our two main characters, Lucy and Josh, and they work in the same office together. I believe that they're like competing for the same job, or they have about the same role, and they're always trying to outdo each other. They really don't like each other, hence the title, and inevitably they're going to wind up falling in love. I've heard really, really good things about this one, and it has a really high rating on Goodreads, so hopefully this one will not disappoint. So that is it for everything on my disjointed May TBR. Any specific book title that I've mentioned in this video, you can be pretty sure that I'm going to be reading. If I do wind up reading anything further for the bingo challenge, you guys will hear about that in my wrap-ups, or if you want to hear what I'm reading all the time in real time, go to my Instagram. Link is in the description as it always is, and that is where I keep you updated on what I'm reading in the moment. But that is it for my May TBR. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know a book that you're excited to get to in May. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to go down and give it a big thumbs up, as well as hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon down below so that you never miss out on any of my content. So until next time, bye!